What is going on, Arsenal Football Club? I've just come back from ITV. Big up everyone that was tuned into that watch along and watched the World Cup draw and spoke about all of that. As I got onto the train, I saw news emerging that Mosquera faces being out for 6 weeks. Arsenal apparently are looking to sign a very talented player from Lille. I can never pronounce his name, but I've done videos on him. Bouaddi. So let's see what's going on, man. Don't forget to smash the like button. Let me know your thoughts in relation to anything Arsenal, the Villa game, the Mosquera injury, what that means in a congested and condensed month where the games are coming thick and fast. At the time I'm making this video, tomorrow we've got Villa, then we've got to travel to Belgium and play Bruges, then we've got Wolves. You know, there's so many games. We'll be here all day. In fact, we actually play Villa twice this month. Nonetheless, people, not what you wanted to see. Now, I must admit, naturally, I don't know what's in the water in North London. I don't know why we're getting these injuries. We've been dealing with them since August and just kept going. But Arsenal's Mosquera could be out for at least 6 weeks. Boy, Benjamin White, Calafiori, Miles Lewis-Skelly, Hincapié, Saliba, you man need to get fit, stay fit, and everybody rest up well. Even that, there's a chance on the eve of making this video that both Saliba and Mosquera don't play against Aston Villa, to which Benjamin White and Timber naturally slot in, but then you're praying there's nothing else. We're dangerously close to Declan Rice having to help us out at centre half, people, which probably means a Marino in midfield or something like that. But yeah, man, you will see several articles. I don't know if you lot can see this on screen, but I'll zoom in for you lot, people. Big up you lot tuned in again. Smash the like, subscribe, press the hype button, and drop a comment. So yeah, there's several articles, but Sammy Motbell, who is known as a senior football correspondent, has said Arsenal fear Christian Mosquera will be out for, or better yet, at least miss 6 weeks owing to injury, which adds concerns to our overall outlook of our playing squad and obviously our defensive ranks. And I'm baffled. Do you not think we have to move in January? If you asked me, I would have said centre midfield. I would have said left wing in terms of a January signing and anything Arteta wants. We might need another defender. I can't lie. It's mad. I know when everybody's fit, we're bloated, but you can never have too many players. We brought in 8 odd and look what happened now. Mosquera's absence will be another blow to the Gunners, who also currently have first choice centre-back pairing Gabriel Magalhaes and William Saliba sideline. The 21-year-old required treatment after landing awkwardly before being substituted, and early concerns are he will miss between 6 and 8 weeks. Bro, 8 weeks, 2 months of football. Oh, man. Arteta did say in the press conference, Mosquera is one that is more complicated. He also said Saliba is days away from returning after a knock in training, which ruled him out, obviously, against Chelsea and Brentford. We hope to see Gabriel Magalhaes back before then, but he's probably out until at least January. And, you know, I would also say, obviously, I'm a selfish Arsenal fan. We're in club mode. I only care about that. But for the Mosqueras, the Kai Havertzes, the Gabriel Magalhaeses, the Salibas, the Nonnies, Odegaard, you know, I want you lot to stay fit, obviously, be healthy, help us win games, be available for selection, win a trophy or trophies this season. And then there's a World Cup for potentially for some of you to get into. In Mosquera's case, surely he's got to be banging on the door to get into the Spain squad and go up from the Spanish under-21s into the first team. If not, I'm sure Colombia will have you. And you got to remember, Ben White just got significant minutes. So again, how are we going to manage his load? Hincapié has been, you know, had groin surgery in the summer, and we've had to be a bit cute and clever with him. And for the life of me, I can't actually remember the game, yeah, but it might have Bayern Munich. You would have thought Hincapié would have started that. Mikel Arteta said we have to kind of be a bit cute and clever with him. So it's a nervy one, man. And obviously, as much as I talk about Declan Rice centre half, Declan Rice is one where if we lose Declan, then I don't know, people. RMC's Fabrice Hawkins said earlier today, RMC Sport can reveal Arsenal are pushing hard to sign Ayoub Bouaddi, 18, as early as in January. Andrea Burr has already spoken to the player's entourage. Leo want to extend Bouaddi's contract and look to sell him for more than 50 million euros next summer. I think he's quality. He's, you know, the obvious. He's young, French ties, central mid. He's a player that everyone wants. You know, despite being 18, he's played 70, 80, maybe more times for Leo. So there's a certain grounding. He's played in the Champions League. I'm sure he bossed it against Juventus, and he might have played against City. Very cultured, good passing range, shows a lot of courage. Obviously not the finished article. It makes sense being a young player. You know, we brought in some Ecuadorian twins. We've got some young to mid 20s in our squad. We've got prime ages. It makes sense for me. Obviously, if he does renew his contract, then it makes it more difficult. And you would have seen Romano actually say he signed a new deal until 2029. Premier League clubs are monitoring the 2007 born talents progress, including Arsenal and Chelsea. You don't want to go Chelsea, man. Look, they stink up the place. We do this thing where it comes to youngsters, people. Smash the like button. I mean, so yeah, he signed a new deal. And sorry, it spins me. I started secondary school in 2007, and this man was born in 2007. And at 18, you're unfortunate that you're French. And what I mean by that is you'd probably be a full full international for France if they weren't littered with talent. Someone his age, Warren Zaire-Emery, gets in the squad but can't really buy a game. So it's kind of mad in that regards, people. It is kind of mad. What do you lot make of this from Mikel Arteta as well? Arteta on January window, we'll always have to be prepared. We need to be open for it. So we don't know, but we're certainly going to be alert. We know where the risk can come in terms of the squad and be ready just in case we have to do something. If not permanently, I know we was linked with that Rennes lad, right back / centre half. So we're always looking for players, prime ages and all that stuff. I don't know who, I don't know where, I don't know how. In Berto, we trust, and everyone else involved. Mauricio, can't remember his last name, but the Napoli head scout has joined our club. He was spotted at Brentford. Maybe he can give us a low-cost option. As I was saying, I don't know who, I don't know how, I don't know where. So I say that to say this. Surely we dip into the loan market. I don't know where, whether that's for some defensive reinforcements, central midfield reinforcements. I don't know. You know what? This is a hot take. Pardon me. Christian Norgard struggled for football, innit? He's quite decent in the air, is he not? As Declan Rice, we're getting dangerously close to considering him centre half. This is going to sound mad. But could Norgard do a job for us at centre half? Obviously, we've got Marley Salmon, very talented young player, 16 years of age. If that, you might have to be utilised. But again, it's not that his quality isn't in question, but you don't really want to blood them kind of young players into this current dynamic where we're trying to win silverware in defense. Obviously, it's easier to take nothing away from it. We back him all the way and whatnot. But a centre half long term, you'd rather play him right back, or you'd rather play attackers. Of course, if it's a 0-0 game, in the 89th minute we go down the other end, and a goal that Dowman scores in his sleep, he misses. They counter down the other end, and we go and lose that game. You could say that's a mistake that has harmed your team in it. But I think it's easier to play them young players and blood those young players. The mistakes are less punishing in the middle third, not really middle third, but in the middle third, quote unquote, and in the attacking third. Defense, obviously, if Salmon gets caught on the ball, makes a mistake, which it wouldn't be alone because more significant players make mistakes. Any man or woman in life, let alone football, that's never made a mistake, has never tried anything. So you don't really want to get into that realm. But you know what? Obviously, the conversations we want to have is everybody's fit, who's in the lineup, who's in the starting 11, whose formers mean they can't be dropped. And but the second point of that around, if we was looking at last season, is how you keep these players fit, even though people do get injured. I don't know. I'm not physio, above my pay grade. And obviously, if we get into this kind of doomsday damage limitation, can we keep it moving? God forbid. But the Salibas, the Gabriels, the Rices, if everybody's injured, how do we keep maintaining? It is starting to feel last season-y in terms of the injuries, not necessarily the sentiment and how we're playing and that, but we'll have to see, man. Smash the like button. Let me know your thoughts, man. And tomorrow, we begin our watch along for Aston Villa Arsenal, which, boy, it's going to be mad, ain't it? He always used to